Hi again, it's Moo, and I actually had a couple more things I wanted to mention about iridology. And what you're looking at here is it's an iridology poster for showing different various states and signs within the iris. And I'll point out a couple of things quickly in a minute. There's different schools of iridology. Now, I think the original was the German school. I'm not positive about that, but they contend that an eye cannot change. So, in other words, that it can't change color, and the characteristics don't change according to them. However, that isn't true as far as I know, from my own experience, and also seeing a lot of research and actual iris photos of people before and after detox and healing, or during even. You can see visible, noticeable changes in the aspects and the signs that are found in the iris. Now, I know that for a fact for myself. As an example, I used to say that I had mood eyes because I don't know if you guys know about mood rings. There used to be mood rings like back in the 60s or 70s, and you'd put it on your skin and the color would change. And I noticed that my eyes would appear to change color depending on how I felt physically or if I was unwell. And when I was unwell, my eyes appeared to be a lot more green than blue. And so sometimes I have blue-green eyes, sometimes I have blue-gray eyes, sometimes I have green eyes, sometimes I have sort of a violet-tinged blue eye. So I noticed that, and friends of mine noticed that as well. And I think it's more obvious in some people than others. But eyes definitely do change. Now, here's an interesting thing about eyes, or the color of the iris, is that Dr. Morse says that there's really only two human eye colors, and I agree with him. There's a lot of evidence showing that if you really do research in iridology. And those two colors are blue eyes, and true brown eyes. So blue and brown. Anytime you see a hazel eye, a gray eye, a lot of the brown eyes that we think are brown, that appear to be brown, are actually blue eyes that are covered up with various, different things. Like, let me see if I can show you something here. Well, you can see pretty clearly in this one. That's a blue eye. Okay, you can see the blue right there. That's a blue eye, but it appears to be a brown or a hazel eye because looks like sulfur and like some sort of subacute yellow thing going on there, and I'm not sure, but I'm just showing you that you see the blue and you see the sort of hazel brown orangish. That's a blue eye. That's a true blue eye. And then if you go, here's another one. Look at this one. Okay, you can see this is a blue eye right here. And look at that very thick ring of stuff. And I won't venture a guess on what that is, because the experts would know more about that than I do. And there's some other stuff on here I was going to show you, like on, let's see, this one might not be too clear. On, let's see, where are we? On this one, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's, it's this one right here. There's little thin white rings, mostly on the bottom of the iris in this one. And sometimes they go all around the eye. Those are called nerve rings, and nerve rings have to do with the autonomic nervous system. This is an interesting chart. Shows all different things. Let's see what else I wanted to say quickly. Well, if you take, if you take a blue eye, if someone you think has green eyes, it's probably really a blue eye, believe it or not. Blue eye. And you add yellow to blue and you get green. Now, there could be a layer, most likely of acute or subacute, which shows up as yellow in the iris, over the blue eye, which would make it appear green. And for me, when I mentioned, when I used to be unwell, to a certain degree, my eyes would literally appear to change to green from blue, from a bluish green color. They become more green. And that makes total sense, because when you're in an acute or subacute phase, the eye takes on a yellow over the blue, making it green. Makes complete sense to me. If you want to take your own iris photos, you can. It's pretty easy. I did mine and they turned out really well. You can use an iPhone, actually. I can only speak for using an iPhone. You might be able to use another kind of phone too. I can tell you quickly how to do it, but if you go on YouTube, there's some more in-depth videos about how to take your own iridology photos. Actually, I'll post a link also to a video that I know of that is really good at explaining it. And just quickly, well, no, I'll post the link. It'll be easier. And then I did want to quickly show you guys, the Bernard Jensen's herb book. Let me go in here to get a better light on it. There we go. So it's called Herbs Wonder Healers by Bernard Jensen. There's a reflection, but there's a picture of Bernard. You can't really see it. Let me see. There, it's a little better right there. Bernard's on the left. The guy on the right is supposedly a Chinese man who lived to be 256 years old. Interesting story there. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Peace and blessings.